Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 247. Got my coffee and my knitting Jedi mug, which I thought was appropriate this week. Actually, it's appropriate every week, right? Pumpkin spice creamer. I finished the second to the last bottle. So I have one bottle left. Oh, my heart. But it's okay. It's okay. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today is Friday, March 15th. Yep, March 15th, 2024, and it is 9:23 a.m. It's a little bit later than I record, and I forgot we had the time change, and with that 1 hour difference, the sun from that window is blinding me. So the light might look a little different. Hopefully as the podcast go on, it will get back to normal, but it is really sunny today, which is not working for me. It's okay. Yeah, we got some sun today. Weather report, it's been like 40s, 50s. I think we had like almost 70-degree day this week. So it was nice to open the windows up for a little bit. All right. I have 3 finished objects and 3 whips. So last week I'm like, I have 0 socks finished. I didn't finish any socks last week, and then this week I finished 3. I went crazy. But 2 of them are DK weight, so I feel like that's cheating, but not. Not wearing any knitwear today because I am hot. I don't know if it's getting warmer, I guess, and I'm not hot. We'll see what happens in 20 minutes. Well, if I get cold or not. I think I'll be okay. My shirts, I don't talk about this, I keep forgetting, but this is from Nitty Natty Love and Stitches Spreadshirt Shop. I think she leaves them up year round now, because there was a time where she only had them for a limited time, but maybe a lot of people said, hey, I want that stuff. So go check it out. I will have all my show notes right down there in the description box. I'll have links to where you can find me. I'm most active on Instagram. I'll have my Ravelry group down there where I'm hosting my 2 kals, Knit All the Scraps and Knit All the MKALs. Those are Stephen West MKALs. What else? I'll have links to bags, patterns, project pages if I have any. I'll have my reading and watching down there. What else? My email, my Ko-Fi if you would like to donate and support my awkward little podcast. I think that's my spiel. We got, if you're new here, we got Henrietta, the emotional support chicken co-host. I have my Ravelry project page for that listed down below. Yeah, I think we can get started. I think that's it. I have 1 acquisition and my next cast on. And we'll talk about reading and watching. I already said that. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. If it comes to me, I will sprinkle it in through the episode today. All right, are you ready for my finished objects? I think it'll be fun to flash all 3 of them at once. I only have 4 sock blockers and I have 6 socks. So we're gonna do a little different this time. We're just gonna have 1 on a blocker and 1 not. They all are matching. Yeah, all right, you ready? I hope this will be my thumbnail. If not, I will have to make a thumbnail. One of them might be a spoiler, so if you haven't gotten your Freckled Whimsy Christmas Club, you might not want to look, but I feel like you probably got it by now. I hope so. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to show these all fancy like. Oh, look at all my socks. All right, let's hold still. Screenshot. So I'll show them all right now, and then we'll do a one by one. Oh, look at those beautiful socks. Gotta get Henrietta in the picture. I don't know if the longer you hold it, the more chances of it being a picture. I know how to do a thumbnail. I'm just lazy. All right, I finished my Taylor Swift socks. See, we have a second one. This is how I'm going to be doing it. These both match. This is Mustache Yarn, Eras. I don't know if she's calling it Eras Tour now or just Eras. My tag said Eras. My heels are in Lolo Did It Angry Rhino, I think. It was just a gray I had my stash. This is 64 stitches. US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. 64 stitches, I already said that. I'm repeating myself. This is Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. I do 12 rows of 2x2 rib. I think I did like 70 rows-ish, 75 for the leg. I like my legs to be, like, including the cuff, I like them to be like 6.5, maybe 7. I like long socks. Oh, look at these, are beautiful. So I'm going to be wearing these today because the Taylor Swift movie came out on Disney Plus, and I have it. My husband signed up, I think Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. So I'm excited. And it's a half day today for my kiddos. So I get to annoy them and watch it today. Excited. It's kind of a bummer that I'm like the only Swiftie in this house, and it's kind of lonely. Someday. Probably not. It's okay. All right, and here is, I finished these on Monday, I believe, and then I finished these on Tuesday. That's right. Tuesday. No, I didn't. Back up. Not these ones. These ones I finished Tuesday. Not that it really matters to you, right? You don't care. I do have 2 socks. They both match. These are DK ones. And this is the Freckled Whimsy Christmassy Club. This one's Reindeer Games. This was March colorway. Oh, look at that. I love it. It's beautiful. So I do 48 stitches on a US 3, which I think is a 3.25, I think. The mini I did with just the heel. What else? Pattern. DK Weight sock. DK Weight Vanilla Sock by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. I think that's what it's called. I'll have all my patterns listed down below. Also, if I forget to say anything, check out my show notes. Everything is there. Sometimes I forget. I get so excited and look at all the pretty colors and I forget what I'm doing. I think I did like about 50 rows for the leg on these. Love it. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. Oh, 10 rows of rib for my DK Weight socks. Just works. I am saving all of these for Christmas time. For them on Christmas. All right, that's pair number 2. Now this was the pair. I finished these yesterday. Yes, I finished these on Thursday. And these are Freckled Whimsy. This is the Magical Mischief Club for January. I was kind of far behind. So I'm playing catch up. I thought this was a good colorway to knit in March with all those pretty greens. And this one is called Peeves the Poltergeist. Isn't that beautiful? This is also DK weight, 48 stitches, same pattern. Same with everything. And I do have, oh jeez, almost hit myself in the face. I have the second sock matched completely. Also with the matching, I don't know if I've talked about this. I'm pretty sure I have. So when I start my socks for the cast on, I just do a long tail cast on. I don't do anything fancy. I put my first stitch right in between the color change of a stripe. So in this case, I did the lime green. So then the lime green was on the bottom of my needles, and then the dark green was starting my cuff because I knit them. I knit mine socks cuff down. I really love this colorway. I love it. Also just did the mini as the heel for the heel flap and the heel turn. And that's all she wrote. Love it. So that's all of my finished objects. Pretty fast. All socks. I can't believe I finished 3 pairs this week. I mean, I almost didn't. And then these, you didn't even see as a whip. Poof, done. DK weight socks are fast. And I think these ones were 91 grams and this was 90 grams. If you're looking to grams down, get some DK weight or knit some DK weight out of your stash. And I think these ones were 60. Usually my fingering weight are anywhere between like 64 to like maybe 70 depending on the base. I think these were like 67, 68. I did extra long legs on these ones. All right, that's my finished objects. For a second there, I thought I didn't hit record. Oh my goodness. Whip number 1, sip of coffee. This is Stitching Plaza. I also had my Peeves, the Poltergeist socks in here. I just decided to cast on my next. This would be the Magical Mischief colorway from Freckled Whimsy for March. So if you haven't got that, look away. Here's what the colorway name is. Luna's Lost Shoes. Love it. So I decided, why not just keep going with the DK weight socks? I only have 1 cast on. I did divide my cake into 2. So here's what the first one looks like. This would be my 8th stripe, so that would be the whole repeat. Love it. And here is the sock. I knit all of my socks on Chiaogoo needles. Red lace, 32-inch cord, magic loop. If you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. Just use it to keep track of my rows. Look at that. That's beautiful. Freckled Whimsy has done it again. Love it. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about these. Since I did divide it in half, I mean, it's not half. I like to get my socks to match, so, I mean, I have knit some of that, but it's plenty. Try to get it close to half as possible. And I knit from the outside of the cake, so I make sure both cakes match from the outside, and then I just go to town. And here is the mini color. It's like dark burgundy color. Beautiful. So these will definitely be done next week. So I'll at least have 1 pair. I'll probably just have 1 pair next week. Because I think this is it for my DK weight. Gonna chill. And I'll show you my next cast on here in a bit. 48 stitches. Same thing as my DK weight socks that I talked about earlier. All the stuff will be down below. I'm kind of going through this fast. I'm excited today because I get to watch the Taylor Swift movie. I did not record yesterday because I was like, I'm almost done with the sock. I'm just gonna keep going. And then Amy's like, I think Amy from Ravelry Yarn, she took today off, didn't tell me. And she's like, I'm watching it. And I'm like, oh, but I'm not. If you would have said something, I would have podcasted earlier. It's okay. It's a long movie, guys. I'm sure she's going to have to pause it to watch lunch. Or to watch lunch. She's going to have to pause it to eat lunch. Okay, I got my DK Weight Cozy Memories. I didn't want to pause it, so I'm going to eat lunch and I'm going to start it. And then I'm just going to watch it all the way through. I might pause for potty breaks, but I'm going to have a Taylor Swift and knitting marathon, and I am excited. I'm going to work on socks. I might work on this blanket. I might cast on a new sock. Yeah. So this is the Coziest Memories by Kemper Ray. I am doing a DK weight version. So I'm holding fingering weight held double, and I'm using US, looking at my notes, 3.5 millimeter. I'm doing 20 stitches by 20 stitches. I have a project page down below with everything that I'm doing. I am weaving in all of my ends as I go, except for the top row. I'll prove it to you. See, they're all woven in except for the top row. I like the back. That looks pretty cool. How I pick up the stitches. Oh, it's clean and crisp. I love it. So I'm keeping track of how many squares I do each month. So this was March 1st square. I think I've done, let's see, 12 so far. And I'm starting to get kind of low on like larger fingering weight scraps that aren't self-striping. It's making me like, maybe I'm gonna have to put this down for a while until I accumulate some yarn, but I'm not buying yarn, so we have a problem here. Yeah, I have the itch to like go through my yarn again and like reorganize. So I might find some more minis. I probably have minis that I haven't like wound up or caked up, and maybe that's what's holding me back. I'm sure I have minis somewhere. So that's what I'm doing with this. I did 6 squares this week. I didn't say that. So I did these top 6. And I'm doing 12 squares across this way, and I'm just gonna keep going until I think it's big enough. But it's starting to get heavy, and it's like, ooh, it's like a weighted blanket. Oh, love it. Yeah, so I think that's it. And each square takes me about 8 grams. So I like to have like a 10 gram mini at least to have a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a buffer. So yeah, and I'm doing all like solids, not solids, well I guess solids, tonals, solids, speckled. No self-striping in this one. Since I'm holding it double, it's kind of difficult to get the stripes to match without really cutting up the yarn. I'd have to like cut each scrap into 2, and then I have to 2 balls, and then I'm gonna have to match the stripes. That's a lot of work. I'm not doing that. All right, then the last whip is my granny stripe blanket. I am using a D hook. This is a clover hook. D 3.25. I finished my magic knot ball yesterday, so I added a new one. This one was 124 grams, or 22. This one might be 122. And now it's 113. I worked on it a little bit this morning. And I will have, in my project page, I will have a video for this magic knot ball and the pattern. And doing all fingering weight for this. Single. Fingering weight, single. Where's... It's getting big. Alright, so from here up is what I did this week. Pretty good. I feel like I didn't work on it that much, but it's pretty good for 1 week. And then the bottom one is for my March. So this is all of March, and it's March is half done. So is that like 6 inches, 7? I don't know. That's pretty good. Love it. I cast on 302 stitches. It's pretty big. This could be a good screenshot too. Let's get my hand out of the way. Got Henrietta right there, peeking out. I need to get not lazy with the thumbnails. So there we are. Love it. I don't think I have anything else to say about it. And that's it. I'm gonna move my... And this marker is Twin Mountain Handcrafts, and this one says every Sunday is Scrappy Sunday, and that's that was a K of the Crazy Sock Lady when she had her shop open. I was able to snag one. Love it. All right, move my marker. Now we will see how much we get done this week. I mean, it might be ambitious to say I want to finish this week, but we'll see. We will see. Now I gotta fold it up without taking out stitches, but if I do, it's all right. And that's my blankets. I still just want to work on blankets and socks. That's it. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. So maybe if I have to put my DK weight blanket down, I will pick this one up and just go crazy on it, because I have a lot of like little scraps for this to make my magic knot balls. Probably enough to finish this whole blanket if I wanted. So we will see. All right, that's my blankets and that's my socks. That's it. I guess we will talk about my next cast on. That will probably be happening today. And my favorite bag ever. I was almost tempted to buy some bags today, and I'm like, nope. You don't need any more bags. You have like 1 sock whip at a time, maybe 2, and it's always this bag. You don't need another. You don't need another sock bag. No. All right, I already caked this up. This is gonna be part of my my mystery skein project, because this is a very, I mean, not very old. This is like a year and 1 month old sock skein. I do remember I was thinking about wrapping this, but then I'm like, ooh, this is like green themed. I might want to save it for March. So I'm like, yes. This is my favorite, or this is my lucky yarn. I can't read backwards. This is my lucky yarn. This is my lucky yarn, February 2023 yarn of the month, 12 stripes. This was back when she had a fingering weight club and a DK weight club, and they were 2 different colors. I kind of missed that a little, but it's okay. I get it. There's only so many colors you can make, right? And I divided it in half. And here's the mini. Oh, look at that. It is like, it's showing more like blue, but it is like aqua. It's like a tealy, a bright teal. Oh, I love it. There's the color. There are so many greens in this, and I'm so excited. There's like a gray and a white. Yeah, there's 12 stripes. There's a gray and a white, and the rest of them are all greens, all shades of green. Oh, my dad. So I'm going to count this as like my mystery skein for the month. Why not, right? It's fine. And that's fingering weight. 75.25, right? Yep. So yeah. I had my nice little pile of yarn last week, and this is the last 2 of it. And I'm like, it was a small pile, okay? It was a small pile. It was like 4 skeins, 5 skeins maybe. So next up are these, and then I have my scrappy opal socks for my advent calendars, Zuzz, plural. I had the cuff done. I talked about this last week. I did not work on them, so they're chilling. And then I might take a skein out of the Amy pile, the Happy Little Yarn Amy pile for her socks. I might do that next after those green ones. And then if I have any time, I'll do the scrappy socks until the next shipment of Freckled Whimsy comes. Because I can't believe it's the 15th already. Does that mean we have like 2.5 weeks left of March? Time flies, man. Okay, I have one acquisition, and I feel like I gave myself a paper cut, but I am not bleeding, so I don't know what's going on. So I went to Joann's last weekend because my kiddo wanted to go and get some. She's like, I want to get some polyfill and yarn. Well, we went to Joann's, and she's like, I'll get yarn, and she found a coloring book that she really wanted. So she did not get her polyfill, and so she got yarn and a coloring book. So, and then I was looking around, because I told you last week, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny to get some like hot pink yarn and make my dad some slippers with it? I found it. Now it's not like pucker, like Knit Pick Stroll pucker hot pink, but it is really close. And I'm unsure, do I add this whole skein to my stash and then take the whole skein out of my stash when I'm done? Because after I knit my dad's slippers, my oldest daughter said, can I have the rest? I'm like, yes, you can have the rest. So the whole skein is going to get out of my stash. Do I do that, or do I just not even add it? Don't add it to my stash, and don't add it when I finish my slippers. What do you think? Because this is a bigger skein than what I usually get. Usually I get the 5 ounce. Where is it? 5 ounce, there it is. I usually get 5 ounce. This is 7 ounces. So this is 198 grams. I don't think it's enough to make 2 pairs. Usually 5 ounces I can make 1 pair and have a little bit extra. So I don't think it's enough to make 2 pairs. But my daughter wants the rest of it, so look at this. I would say that's pretty hot pink. I hope that my dad doesn't throw them away, but he probably will. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just save them. And I'll say, well, this pair you'll have to wear if you get holes in all of them. And you have to wait till next Christmas. Pretty in Pink is the colorway name. And this is 100% acrylic. Red Heart Super Saver. I got it. And they had like a 20% off sale at Joann's. So I think this skein cost me like $3. And this is a bigger one. So I'm like, deal. 100% acrylic. So I don't know when I'm going to be doing this. I am like so burnt out on the slippers. So this might be like later in the future. Just leave it out somewhere where I can see it, bam, in my face, so I don't forget. I don't want to wait and do it next year. If I wait and do it next year, then I can take it out of my... No, I'm just going to do it. I'll do it this year before Christmas sometime. But that's my Stash Enhancement for the week. Hot pink yarn from Joann's. Also, I talked about last week, working on these socks, how much I love them. Mustache Yarn still had it in their shop. So guess what I did? This was a pre-order. I think I ordered it Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. Maybe it was Monday. I don't remember. But I talked about wanting to make a muscle burra, you know, that hat that everybody's making. And I'm like, after working on this yarn with these socks, and I'm like, I want that so bad. So I decided to purchase it. So I'm kind of hoping that that yarn comes kind of soon-ish. I didn't mention this, and we'll see how this goes. It depends on the weather and all that, but it's making me a little anxious. But it would be, I feel like it would be a cool experience. So we will see how it works out. The total eclipse, is that what it's called? Total eclipse is on April 8th. And we've decided to go down south because the path is like, most of it is like in Ohio. So we're thinking about taking like a 3-hour car ride down there, hang out for a little bit, and then leave. But I have a feeling it's not gonna be that easy. If everybody's doing this, I mean, obviously everybody's not going to Ohio, but if a lot of people in Michigan are going to Ohio to see this, we decided to take our kids out of school that day, because it's a Monday. So, and that brings me to, I'm hoping this yarn comes so that I can have this cast on, and that would be like an awesome card knitting project. I don't have to worry about, I can just keep going. I don't have to worry about like stopping to do the heel. Like if a sock, I'm sure I'll take more than just that project, but I was kind of hoping that that would be my total eclipse cast on. So we'll see. It's a pre-order. I have no idea when it's going to get here. Yeah, so I was naughty and bought some yarn. It's okay. It happens. It was just one skein. I have a project in mind, and I love the Musselburgh hat. Musselburgh, whatever you want to call it. I like how Kay and Kevin of Needles at the Ready, they call it the Muscle Bee. I love that. The Muscle Bee. Love it. So that is going to be a future cast on whenever it gets here. I have to make sure that I have my increases done before the 8th, if that's what's going to happen. So like I said, we gotta see what the weather's like and see how that goes. We already have our glasses already. I ordered them a long time ago because I had a feeling that once it starts, like, I think it was like in January, February-ish last month, they started talking about it, and I'm like, yep, I bet all the glasses are gone, but I bought mine like probably November or December is when I got mine. So we have our glasses, and yeah, so that might be fun and it might be stressful, but my husband's gonna drive, so I get to be passenger princess. I love that phrase. My husband gets I want to maybe car sick is, I mean, very, I guess he gets car sick, but not like really sick, like just gets dizzy and maybe a little nauseous. So he has to drive everywhere. He drives and he's fine. So I get to be passenger princess and knit all the time, and it's beautiful. Okay, so that's a little part of life stuff. Now we're going to talk about reading and watching, and then I might ramble on some more. let's see. Making sure I got my steps for the hour. Not that it matters. I'm like, my Fitbit hadn't buzzed in a while because I'm all good. Okay, reading. I am still reading Thorn of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. That's the first one. I am like 50% done, 49, 48, somewhere around there. I love it. It's pretty good. And then I decided to pick an audiobook because it's been a while. This series, it's the Red Rising series. I think I read it. I don't know how many I read. I think I read 3, and as I kept going, I'm like, I don't know about this. And then I stopped. So now I'm going back, starting over, and listening to the first book. And I am really enjoying it. So I don't know if I really like the first book, and then the second book kind of went downhill. Or a lot of times when I read books on my Kindle, I read them at night. I miss stuff. My mind wanders. Sometimes I skim stuff. So I'm thinking maybe I didn't fully read it. So I'm going to be listening to the series. I think this one was like a free on Audible. Or maybe I used a credit. I don't remember. It's been in my library for a long time. And then I realized that I think up to book 5 are all on Hoopla, Hoopla. That is a streaming service-ish that's from my library. Kind of like Libby. I think it's better in my opinion, but I don't, we're not gonna talk about Libby. I don't like Libby. Anyway. That one has movies, ebooks, audiobooks, CDs, like music CDs. I don't know if they have magazines. They might have magazines, but they have a wide range of stuff, and you have 6 credits per month. And yeah, I think all of those books are on there. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with that probably. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know. We're gonna try it again. I've heard great things about it. So we're just gonna try again. So that's it for reading. Watching, my husband and I finished 6 Feet Under season 5. We finished the series. Oh my word, those last 3 episodes. Oh my gosh, they killed me. Oh, just made me contemplate life. It's like, oh my goodness. A certain major character died. I won't say. I mean, this is an old series. You probably, if you haven't watched it, I don't know if there's any spoilers, but yeah, a major character died, and I did not see it coming. Did not see it coming. And I was so sad. Ugh. It was rough. It was rough. Yeah. So we finished that. And now we have, oh, I forgot to mention, since I asked my husband, can we please just have Disney Plus for 1 month so I can watch the Taylor Swift movie? I'm going to watch it more than once, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to get my money's worth. Probably watch some other stuff too. I'll probably watch Hamilton because I haven't seen that in a while. He decided to get the Disney Plus and Hulu bundle so that we have something else to watch. I guess maybe he thought it would be worth his while because there's a lot of stuff on Disney that he doesn't want to watch. We've pretty much watched everything, and there's no new shows out. I think it's been a year since we've had it. Because I do remember having it for like the Star Wars Day, May 4th. I vaguely remember having it on that day. So I don't know. It's almost May. It's been almost a year. But anyway, so we have Hulu too, and we are watching Rick and Morty season 6. That show is goofy and raunchy and not for little kids. So we left off with season 5, so there's 2 more seasons. So we'll probably watch 1 and then we'll switch to something else. And I'm still watching The Doctor Who. I finished season 16. I am watching 17. I'm still on the 4th Doctor, I think. I think I have 2 more seasons with the 4th Doctor. Oh, that makes me sad. Okay. He was my favorite. Is my favorite. I don't know. Is Tom Baker still alive? I don't know. I'm going to have to Google that. I feel like he is. He's probably getting up there. Yeah. So that's it for reading and watching. So life stuff. I'm going to be watching Taylor Swift with my Taylor Swift socks. I will be posting a picture on Instagram or on my stories. Goals. I don't know. Just keep going, I guess, with socks and blankets because that's all I'm feeling like doing. Maybe I will reorganize my stash. I'm going to be busy. I'm not going to be home tomorrow, so maybe Sunday. Or maybe I'll wait when my kids have spring break. Oh, look at that beautiful yarn. My kids have, like, I think next Friday is their first spring break day, or is that the last? I don't know. I'll have to look that. I'll have to check in on that. So they either have 4 days next week or 5 days. Yeah. So maybe I want to come up here and hide and play with all of my yarn. We'll see. Or maybe I'll do it Sunday. We'll see how I feel. But I'm feeling the itch to like go through my stuff and see. I'm not gonna get rid of anything. Maybe I'll just make a pile. I still need to de-stash, but I can't. That's too much work. I wish I could like put it out in the curb and say, free yarn, come and get it. But I don't want all my viewers to come to my house because that's a little, I'm not comfortable with that. But that's what I'm tempted to do is like, free yarn, come take it. But there's not a lot of people that knit around here, I feel like. But I don't leave my house. Maybe there's a lot of people that are, you know, closet knitters like me that just sit in their house all day and knit socks, and I don't know about it. Yeah. So I'm gonna knit socks. I'll keep working on the blankets. We had a few bad things happen this week. We had the time change, and I am not sleeping good this week at all. I was so tired last night. I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna have a good night's sleep. I was like yawning so much. I'm like, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed, and I couldn't fall asleep. Why? And I'm like, usually if I can't fall asleep really fast, then I sleep throughout the whole session. And the alarm wakes me up and I'm feeling good. Well, this time, it was like 11:30 midnight before I fell asleep. And then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I couldn't go back to sleep. So I am going to be tired today. I'm feeling good right now, but about 2 o'clock it's going to hit me. I gotta love that, right? I don't know what it is about 4 o'clock, but my body's like, let's go. And I'm like, no, I don't wanna. So I haven't been sleeping well this week. I'm gonna blame the time change. Sometimes I sleep well, sometimes I don't, but this week seems rough, so I'm blaming the time change. Can we please get rid of it? Do we really need it? I mean, I know there are states in the US that don't do it at all. How are they doing? Are they doing fine? If they're doing fine, then we need to stop. All right? That's my 2 cents about daylight savings time. What else happened today? Oh, I had a little bit of a heart in my throat moment. Everything is fine. I don't want to get into too much of details, but I had my yearly checkup for my lady bits. We'll just say that because I don't want to get into details. And they gave me, this was yesterday, they had a I had a message on my phone saying I needed to call them and talk about my test results, and oh my goodness, my heart was in my throat, and I'm like, I have never had any, my tests have always been negative. I've never had irregular results. So instantly I was like, oh my gosh, I have cancer. I have cancer. That's it. That's what they're going to tell me. And oh my. So I called them and I'm like, oh my word, what's going on? So they did, I don't know, I don't remember what tests they did. Half the tests was negative. The other test was inconclusive results. Something happened with the sample or whatever. But since the other half was negative, they said, don't worry about it. You can come back next year and they might have to do the test again. So I was like, oh my goodness. And you called me that for that? I mean, I understand that it was inconclusive and they probably have to do it since it wasn't just negative. Usually if it's negative, they don't even bother calling me. But when they didn't, or when they did, I was like, oh my God. So I'm okay. I'm okay. It's okay. But that scared me. That was a little scary. And then yesterday, yeah, both of these things happened yesterday. So my youngest daughter has, I talked about this before. She has brackets for her braces. She has like a bar thing on each side. And then she has 2 brackets on the bottom. And then she has rubber bands that attach. So I think this is going to fix her overbite or underbite, whatever she has. So we're eating dinner last night. And she has like, she just turned white. And I'm like, what? What happened? What is happening? And she's like, my bracket's gone. So she runs in the bathroom to go look. And the whole bracket fell off and she swallowed it. She's had these for like, it was March 5th. She got these put in and this is March 14th. I'm hoping that it was put in incorrectly because this is not a good sign that this is going to go well. So I'm hoping that it just wasn't very set correctly. So, of course, today is Friday. They are closed on Fridays. They're closed on Saturdays. They're closed on Sundays. So we have to call them on Monday and see if they can get her back in to put another bracket on so she can start wearing a rubber band. So I don't know if this is going to put her back in her, you know, braces journey. But I'm like, this is a bad idea because those brackets are just, they're just 2 single on her tooth. They're not connected with any braces or wires. So I feel like they're going to fall off a lot. I mean, I feel like we haven't been eating very, like, crunchy stuff. I mean, she's not eating any popcorn. She's not eating any, like, hard candies. She's not eating any, like, nuts. She's not eating any, like, corn chips. I mean, we've been trying to stay away from the, like, really crunchy foods. So now I'm like, oh, great. So now she's like, she was so sad. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. It's okay. And I think she was more worried, like, I swallowed it. And now it's gonna, like, live inside me forever. But hopefully I'll pass. But I don't know. You know, it rains, it pours, right? So that is the life update of this week. Tired. Almost had cancer. And braces falling apart. I have a feeling they're going to blame her for that falling out, but it's on a bottom tooth and it's way in the back, so I'm thinking maybe they didn't fix it very well. So yeah, now I'm going to be paranoid that we're going to have to go every month to get a bracket put on, and at some point they're going to start charging us for that because they allow a few breaks, but once it starts breaking a lot, it's your fault and you're paying for it. After all of the amount that we already paid, mind you. It's been a week. It's been a week. Oh, my word. So that's my week. Probably a little personal there, but that's all right. We're just gonna share. I'm gonna keep it real. I like to keep it real on this podcast. All right, I think that's it. We got 50 minutes. That's enough. That's enough, right? Did you get a lot of knitting done? I hope you did. Did you finish that big mountain of laundry? Like your 2 piles of laundry? Did you finish that? If you did, good job. Are all the dishes done? Good job. I hope I was entertaining enough for you. All right, I think that's it. I'm going to end this. Like and subscribe if you have any comments or questions. Put them right down there in the comments. I do love reading those. And oh, I forgot to say, I'm all better. By Monday, the cold was gone, so we're good. And hopefully I will see you next week.